Hello guys, how are you? In today's session, decided to record a session about multi-tier architecture. I mean the entire architecture in ASP MVC .NET 7. So basically, in the real world, we divide our software in different layers. I mean in different modules, so that the changes and other kinds of things are very easy. There are many benefits to use the entire architecture in any kind of software. Like if you want to secure any type of layer, if you want to to add additional security to any kind of layer, if you want to add different type of security to one of your layer, then it's very easy in the entire architecture. The second thing is that it's very easy to manage the development, to add fixation, to manage the bug fixation, to say welcome to the client, new requirements by using the entire architecture. So we can manage the things very, very easily by using the entire architecture. If you want to add more resources, if you want to expand any kind of layer, then it's very easy by using the entire architecture. Beside these, as I already explained, the changes are very easy in the entire architecture. We can very easily add new changes. We can very easily manage the client requirements, the modification, by using the this type of architecture in ASP MVC .NET 7. In today's session, basically I will add a web project, and for this web project, I will then add different kinds of layer. I will add the business object layer. By the business object layer, we means that we will define all our classes, I mean C sharp classes, C sharp objects, or you can say C sharp entities in this layer. Let's suppose I have a table in the database with the name product, products. So for this table, you know that we have to add a C sharp class also in our project for mapping the data, for storing the data during the runtime. So I will add this class, I mean the product class, inside this layer. So basically, we will add all our C sharp classes, I mean entities, inside the business object layer. Then I will add a business logic layer in our application. In the business logic, we will perform all kinds of calculation, all kinds of conversions, all kinds of logic. You can, I mean, you are aware about this thing that we often, I mean, write each and every kind of logic inside our controllers, but it is not a good practice. We should only receive or send data through the controllers, and for the logic, there should be a separate layer. So let's suppose you receive a data from a view in the controller, and then in the controller you should not perform much calculation. You should not hear logic for all the things. You should not perform all kinds of validation inside the controller. I will suggest that you should add a separate layer like business logic layer in your project, so that you can send the data from the controller to the logic layer, and then in the logic layer you should perform each and every type of validation, calculation, and other logic, and then you should return the final result only to the controller, so that the controller only communicate with the other word, right? No, and no, then I will add a data access layer. Basically, Dell or data access layer is only for database communication. I mean, if you want to add to insert a record inside the database, if you want to fetch some kinds of record from the database, then we will perform all these kind of operations only inside data access layer. Now, I will directly jump towards the Visual Studio so that we can uh, perform and so that we can create all these projects and perform some kind of operations. So, and I will show you, you each and everything in an easy way. So let's me open the Visual Studio. Sorry. Here, create a new project. Let's me see the templates. Okay. Is there any empty solution? Blank solution. Okay. Create an empty solution containing new projects. Click on these option for the time, and then inside the solution, I will add all projects one by one. Empty project.NET framework. An empty project. Yes, these other. I think I should add these ASP.NET Core project template for Kenke speedrun application. This template does not have any content in it. Okay, I will select this one. Next, the project name will be, sorry, let's me go back and search for ASP MVC .NET Core. I was thinking about to add some empty project, but it may have they may have some difficulty, and that is why I will add a project C Sharp.NET 7 project. So select this template. I think it will be the best option. Click on next, and here let me give a project like multi-tier. The project name should be like customer portal. Okay, and the the solution name should be like university university project. Okay, sorry guys, let me also give here a path to the courses YouTube, and here I will create all the things inside this folder. Select folder, click on next, and here from the tab down I will select the .NET 7, the latest version, choose none, and leave the other thing as it is, and click on create. Okay, now the project created successfully. You can see here that our solution name is university project, and here we have add one web project, the customer portal. I mean, I added the web project. Okay. Now I will add one another project with the name business subject layer inside the solution. Right click, uh, add new project, and here I will search for class library. Okay, so library for Linux, Mac. Okay, I will select this one, click on next, and give here a name to this library, BOL, I mean business object layer. Click on next. I will select the .NET 7.0, the latest edition. Click on create. Okay, close this one, and let me show you here the project. I will click on this one so that each and everything is visible. Yes, the business object layer project is also added. Let me edit this dummy class. So I deleted the dummy class. Okay. Now I will add one another project with the name business logic layer. Right. Add project. I will search for class library. Click this one. Next. And here give a name business logic layer. Click on next and select .NET 7.0. Click on create and the project created successfully. Delete these dummy class at the time. Okay. Now we have total 3 projects. The business logic layer, the business object layer, and the customer portal inside our solution. And finally, I will add the data access layer project also. Sorry, it is my project. Add new project, class library, and here select this one. Click on next, and I will give a name with the as del data access layer. Click on next, next. I will delete the dummy class. You can see that I have added uh, 4 different projects inside the solution. Now let's suppose I want to create a university project, then I will manage the whole application structure like in this way. If I for the customer portal, for the students portal, for the public portal, I will add this project, and then I added here the business logic layer, business subject layer, and data access layer. Now let's suppose I did not add here these I mean 3 projects. I can manage all the works inside this project, but it's not a good practice to insert each and everything to manage it and everything in a single project. So I will write my logic inside this layer. I will perform my database operation in this project, and I will write all my C sharp classes inside the business object layer. Okay. Now, at the time, these all projects have no links with the customer portal. So first, I will add references of this project. So open the customer portal, and here come on dependency, right click, add project reference. Now in the customer portal, first of all, I will add the reference of business logic layer. Click on add, and here let me show you the reference. This project is added as a reference in the customer portal, the business logic layer. Now in the data access layer, I will only add reference of business object layer. Okay. Now expand this one, right click, add project reference, and here there will be only need of the business object layer. The database entities, the C sharp entities. Okay. Let's me expand and show you here the project added successfully. Now one more thing, that in the business object layer, I will add the there is no need to add any kind of reference in the business object layer project. Okay. But inside the business logic layer, let me show here the references. There is no project reference. So in the business logic layer, obviously there will be need of the business object layer. So I will add here reference of business object layer. Object layer. Okay. Now let's me show you one by one. In customer portal, you can see here the project, the BLL is added here as a reference. In the del, I have added the business subject layer, and inside the business logic layer, I added the del. sorry, I added the business object layer, and I will also add here the data access layer. Okay. Now two projects are added currently for in the business logic layer, the bowl and the del. In the bowl we have no project reference. In customer portal we have only one project, and in the del there is only entities referenced. Let's me build a project. I will run the project. Let's see the result in the browser, whether it's running successfully. Okay. So guys, I will add here some C sharp classes in the business object layer first of all. Let's me add here a folder first, uh, database entities. I mean, in this folder, I will only add the classes according with my database tables. So let's suppose I have a table in my database with the name students.cs. Add the class is added successfully. Now let me make the class public. Control S. Let me add one another class here. Courses. Okay, these two classes are added inside this folder, and let me also uh, add one another folder with the name common entities. Common entities. Inside this folder, I will add some other entities, maybe at some later stage. Control S. Okay. Now inside my controller, I will add a controller uh, for I will add a student controller for different kinds of operation. So let me add here a controller. We'll add an empty controller. Add the controller name will be students controller. Okay, and here you can see the controller. And let's me add here a function with the name mm, students list, right? It will be the HTTP GET method. Okay, and I will get here the student list and I will show in a browser, right? Now for a student list, let's me first add a view. Inside the views, you can see that there is no folder for the students controller. So let's me first add here a folder students. Okay, students. Okay, so inside the students, I will handle all views for the students controller. Now right click in the student list function, click on add view, click on razor view empty, add, and here give a name. The name should be student list. Okay, students list. Okay, click on add. You can see that the view added successfully. Let me change one here. Okay, now if I go to the view, I will be redirected to this page. Okay, now at this point I will add some student record from the database, and then I will show inside my view. Now let's me write here some code. Uh, Get students students list. At this point, I will explain the importance of the entire architecture. Guys, we oftenly write direct database access code inside our controller. We often do this practice and then we return to the view. But in the entire architecture, I will not write the database access code. I will not write here any kind of logic inside my controller. I will communicate with the business object layer for any kind of logic, and then from the business object layer, I will call the data access layer, right? So inside the business object layer, sorry guys, from the controller, I will communicate with the business logic layer, and from the business logic layer, I will call the data access layer, right? Now, in the business logic layer, I will add here a folder logic services, and inside these logic services I will add a service for the students controller. Copy this one, add a clause students logic.cs. I will append the logic keyword with any clause that are defined inside the business logic layer. Okay, so it is for the understanding purpose. Okay, student logic, and for the student logic layer, I mean for the student logic, I will also add here an interface. Item interface. The interface name will be I student logic. Okay, it will be my interface. So by interface, I mean that we will use the dependency injection, and in any version of the .NET code like 3.1, .NET 5, .NET 6, .NET 7, it is a good practice to use the dependency injection to avoid the tight coupling, and use loose coupling to make our application more secure and to manage the things easily. So we will use the dependency injection concept. That is why I am adding interface for the student logic class. Now I will inherit the student logic class from this interface. Okay. Now this class inherited from the iStudent logic interface. Inside this class, let's me write here a function public uh, sorry guys, list uh, students. Okay, get students list from database. Okay, we have the business object layer and the del. Okay, business object layer, I have a class students only. Okay, let's me copy this one and paste here the name. Its namespace imported successfully. Ball dot database entities. Ball dot database entities. Okay. Now I am access this layer from my business logic layer, and here I will hence result new. Okay, and I will return the student list. I will return the result. Okay. As I have defined here a function for getting the student list from database, and I will also define a signature in the interface. So let me go to the interface. I added only the signature and come to the student logic class again, and know from the student logic class, it is inside the business logic layer. I will call the data access layer for getting the student record. So inside the data access layer, let me add here folder. The folder name will be uh, data services. Okay, inside the data services, I will add a class for the student uh, class name should be like students data student data services. Yes, like in this way. We can also show student data del. Yes, it should be like in this way, the class name. Okay. Now I will also add an interface for this one. Control C, add new item, interface, I student data del. Okay. I will copy this interface and I will inherit the student data del from this interface. Okay. Control Shift S. Now, guys, for the first time, it will be a little, maybe a little difficult for you. That's why we are adding too many classes in this layer, and again we are adding also the controllers. It is a time-consuming job, but in real world, you have to manage the things like in this way. If you are now studying in a university, and after some years, let's suppose you join some software company, then you will really you will absorb these things. You will then to practice these things, and all the big projects and big products are managed like in this way. Those all these things, and here inside the del, I will add a function with the database communication. Public, sorry guys, public students. It is the entity inside our business object layer. These one students. Okay. Now let's me show you here the name. Here the name is get student list. I will add here in the keyword logic. Let's me also modify inside the interface. Pick definition. Okay. Control S. Control S. And here inside the Dell project student data, I will function name like get student list L, so that we easily identify the functions return student list at the time. Now let me add this function inside my interface also, and here I will call this function from my business logic layer. Student logic, I will call this function. Result is equal to get students list del, and here this function is defined inside the data access layer. So I will first write the dependency injection for this one. Public, sorry, private read only. I will use this interface. I student data del. I student data del. Okay. I will give a name here like student data del, and I will start the name of the interface here with the of this variable with underscore. Okay. Now let's me import the namespace control dot. You can see that this interface I have no access to this interface. Let's me copy here again the full name. Okay. Oh, I think I was making some mistake in the name. No, it's accessible. Is inaccessible due to its protection level. Okay, let's me go to the iStudent data. Student. I think I am getting some error. If I go to the logic, student logic, no, is if I just make it is public, and I student data del. Okay, I will, sorry guys, Control Z. No, I will write here a constructor for this class public students logic, and inside the constructor I will pass these interface as a parameter, and I mean assign the value of the parameter to this one. But this is still not accessible. I think I have to add this project reference is already added inside my project, but I am not able to get the access. Private read only. I should let me see for my one project whether I have to add as private read only I constant. Yes, I mean we can use like in this way. Private I student list uh, due to its protection level. What kind of protection I have employed? Internal. Let me make it as public. Okay. Okay, now it's accessible, and here I will access the get student list del class in this function in the student data del class like in this way dot get student list. Okay, and I will return the student list to my controller. So in my controller, let's me also here in the interface private uh, private read only I rent logic I student load. Let me code the namespace I score. I will make it as in this way. Inside the customer portal, let me see whether I am reference the business logic layer or not. Dependencies, projects, yes, business logic layer is accessible by customer portal. Now why I'm getting this error logic? I student logic copy this one, make it public, control S, and here I will use like in this way. Okay, I think there was some spelling mistakes, and here inside the constructor of the student controller I will define here a constructor public student controller. I will pass these as parameter as the suggestions showing me. It is a good thing in Visual Studio 2022. So just press tab and all the things done automatically. I can also like write like in this way, but there is no need, I think. Okay. Now here I will read the student list students. Okay. Result. Okay. And here I will get the student list from using the business logic layer. Okay. Uh, dot get student list dot to list, and I will return these to my view. All the things. I mean, a simple circle. In this layer, we will get the data. These data will be accessible by business logic layer, and then from the customer portal, we will call the business logic. So it is a simple circle. Now let's me go to the customer portal. I will add some important thing in the program.cs here after the services. Now let's me copy one line here. Just copy this line. Okay. Go to my project, and I will add here all. I mean register all the interfaces that I just added. So I just business logic layer. Yes, this interface. Copy the name. Go to program, and here I will add iStudent logic and then the class name also. So in the first parenthesis, you will have to add the interface name, and in the second parenthesis, you have to add the class name. Control S. Let's me build a project. We'll run the project. Showing me some kind of some services are not able to be constructed. Error while editing the service deputed business singleton implementation visual unable to resolve services of type del.istudent services. Okay. Inside this interface, if I just go to the definition, here is go to the class definition, iStudent logic. We have also used the iStudent data del interface, but this interface is not still registered inside the program.cs. So let's me also register this one. Okay, I will remove the I will pass here the uh, interface, and in the second parameter I will pass here the class name. Control S, stop the application and build the project. Okay, the project built successfully. Now let's me run the application again. Okay, now the project running successfully. Guys, so let's suppose you are adding more interfaces like in this way, then you have to register in your program.cs. It is the dependency injection basically. In the dependency injection, we defined a class and we inherited this class from an interface. It is the interface you can see here, and then in your program.cs you have to add in your services when your application start for the first time, it will register as a singleton. So in the first parameter you have to pass the interface name, and the second parameter you have to add the class name. You can also use the transient or scope. Let me see transient. Okay, at scope you can also use, but at this time I will use the singleton, right? Control S, and then where you have required to use these interface, then you have to use the dependency injection like in this way. Go to the student controller. So in the constructor, it is the constructor of the student controller. So you have to pass these interface as a parameter, and above the constructor you have to define a variable of these student iStudent logic interface, and then you have to assign value of the parameter to these iStudent logic variable. It is the complete concept of dependency injection, right? Now, if I just go to the definition of this one, go to implementation, and here I am going to the implementation. Now, if I just click on this one, I am in this class, right? Here you can see that I'm just returning some dummy data. So let me write here some database operation also, so that I can return the actual result to to the front end. Okay. Now I will write here some database operation. For the database operation in this project, I will use Dapper. So let me install Dapper inside my Dell project. Now right click, uh, manage new get package. As you can see that I'm only installing the package inside the Dell project, because this layer is only communicating with the database. So there is no need to install the package to this one, or to the main, to the customer portal. But I will only install this required package to the data access layer, because this layer is only communicating with the database. So it is the benefit of the multi-tier architecture. You can see that how we can manage the things, how we can divide the things. So let's me search for the Dapper. Now click on this one, install. Okay, package installed successfully. Let's me close this window, and I want to get some documentation about the Dapper, how to use Dapper. Okay, let's me see which is the clause. Yes, connection dot query. How to use Dapper in .NET Core? How to use Dapper in .NET Core? Guys, I can skip these steps. Uh, I can cut these steps from the video, but I don't want to cut any kind of error step or my search step, so that we can see each and everything in the application one by one. Let's me add the connection string, right? It is the connection string. Now first I will add the connection string. Copy this connection string, okay, and go to my project. Cause let me close this window. Go to the customer portal, app setting, and I will add here the connection string. This one, Control C. It will be after this one. Okay. Let's me remove this one. Okay. So it will be the connection string. I will give here my server name, a database name, password, and ID. The second thing is that a connection was okay, SQL connection, paper context, uh, IDB connection, SQL connection. So let's me see how they are performing the operation. Add singleton controller. Yes, paper context, singleton, using Dapper queries and SP.NET Core. Rate companies. Search here. I think it's not a good article to use the Dapper. I have already used in one of my project, but I don't want to see from this project. I want to search on the Google so that you become able how we are implementing new things in our projects. IDB connection, okay, and then inside this one config, okay. No, it's not a good idea. Let me see here. Okay, let me close all these things. Taking a little time. Okay, where the project you have to Dapper get connection, DB connection, okay, and then they have implemented all the things in a little difficult way. So I will go to this project. Let me go to the repository services, okay, product services, Dapper connection helper. Yes, Dapper connection helper. If I just go to the implementation of this one, go to implementation, SQL connection, yes, Dapper connection, connection string. Okay, they use like in this way, the configuration. Okay, now let's me go to my project. I will add here the implementation for the Dapper. So let's me add a new folder, data context, and here inside the data context I will add here a Dapper, Dapper uh, ORM. Let's like in this way, Dapper ORM helper.cs, and for this class I will add here an interface, new item, interface. I am just implementing the Dapper. So the interface name will be Dapper helper. Okay, let me make it public, and I will inherit this class from this interface I Dapper helper. Okay, I will make the class public, and inside this class I will add these things. Inside the constructor I have to copy this class, paste here. So I have to use the I configuration, and then I have to use a variable for the connection string. So let's me copy these two things. It is just the Dapper one-time implementation. Once you implement the Dapper for the first time, then you can use for the whole project for the lifetime. Okay. So I just defined two variable connection string and the provider name. The provider name will be system.data.sql client, and inside the constructor of the Dapper ORM, I will pass this interface, and I will assign a value of this parameter to the configuration. I will make the connection string. I will get then the connection string from the configuration by using this way. And if I just go to the app setting, there will be a connection string with DB connection. App setting, here we have the connection string. Okay, now let's me also add here a variable for the for this in private read only I configuration. Okay, sorry guys, Control Z. Let's me make here in this way. A configuration, control dot, install package Microsoft Dapper. Okay, let's me see here which package I have used. Microsoft.extension.configuration. Okay, control dot. I will install this package. Okay, the package added successfully. If I just go to the dependencies, packages, this package is added successfully, and no, I imported the namespace here. Okay, and now I will add one another thing. Let me see here. Okay, just add this function, a Dapper context helper. So control dot install package system.data.skill client. Okay, I will install this package. Go to the dependencies, add NuGet package, and search for this package. All okay. I accept. This package added successfully. Now close this window. Close this window. Right click. Sorry, if I just go to here, I will import this namespace. Okay, Dapper connections. We have just, created a function to get the Dapper context, and inside these, I am just passing the connection string, and I am getting the connection string from app setting. Okay, and here I will in the interface. If I just go here, it is my function. Oh, yes. The, now I will only define this, the signature of this function inside my interface. Data context, Dapper ORM helper. It is my interface. Now let's me add here the signature. Right? I will go to the services class again, data student, and inside the constructor, I will first use the private read only I Dapper ORM helper. Yes, like in this way. For all these variable, you know that I am using with an underscore. So copy this one, pass in the constructor of this class, public. The constructor will be student data del. Okay. I will pass as a parameter this interface, and here I will assign a value from the parameter. Okay. And here I will use a try catch block first. Try catch exception ex, and here let's me control x string message is equal to ex dot message, that I am if an exception occur, then I will see in this variable. Okay, and let me return here the student list, not in this place, but I will return here in this place. Return students. Okay, and here I will use the context using, okay, like in this way, and here I will use the Dapper context. So let's me go to the product services, copy this one. I will use like in this way. Dapper ORM helper, okay, get context. So in this interface, in this class, there is function get Dapper context helper. Let me show you again. Get Dapper context helper, okay. Let me close first all these things, close all tab, save, go to this class, student data del, and here I have just defined, I am just accessing the database using the Dapper, and here I will, write a simple SQL query. So string SQL query, like in this way. Like historic from, I will know add these table inside my database. Select historic from students. Okay, and here I will define Let me show you dot uh, yes, and I will pass here the object type. It will be students SQL query, and here let me also type is the type. Command type is equal to text. SQL this one. Okay. Now, it is the Dapper built-in function. In this function, we have to pass the SQL query and the command. Okay, and here you have to give the class name that you want to map with the database table columns. So I will add a class with the students I will add a table with the students name in my database, and once I read all the data from the students table, then I will map with these class. Okay, so let's me assign to the students, and I will write here a list of student. Okay, control V. Cannot implicitly. Okay, let's me remove this one. I will add here a to list. Okay, and I will return here. Let's me also add this interface in the program.cs class. Control D, paste here and paste here. Pass here class name and pass here interface name. Control S. Now I will now open the SQL server and I will create the database. Okay, let's me give here my server name is SA. Let's me give my password. Okay, I think I am getting some error. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, I am now connected to my server, right? Now here let's me add a database. The database name will be multi tier DB. Okay, and here I will add no a table with the name students. First column will be the student ID. The second column will be the uh, first name, last name, email, and let's me also give here one. I think these columns are enough for the time. Okay, so it will be an integer Okay, it will be the n voucher 150 character copy. Okay, yes, and it will not be null. Let's me make it primary key, and it will be auto incremented. I mean, if a new record inserted, then it will be incremented by 1 for the student ID. The student ID value will be incremented by 1. If you select the is identity is equal to yes, and it is 1, I mean, it will be incremented by 1. Okay. Uh, let's save the table with the name students. Okay. Copy the server name, go to your project, go to the app setting, and here paste the server name, copy the database name. The database name is m, control C, and here give the database name, the user ID SA, and password is 123456 on my server, right? And here let's me write a simple SQL query. Students execute, and now I will add properties in my C sharp students class for all these columns. Now go to your project. Here is my business subject layer, and here is my students class. Now I will add properties for all these database table columns. Public int ID. The ID will be basically the student ID. Control Z 4 times. It will be the first name, it will be the last name, and it will be the email. Okay, let's make this string. Control C, control. Okay. Now basically I created here a class students, and these class in the business subject layer is only for mapping with our database table students. Okay, when I read the data from this table, then I will map with my students entity inside my project. Okay, now I will add some code to the view first. Let me go to the student controller, and here I am returning a list of student. But for these, let's me do some other kinds of logic in the business. Okay, bowl common entities. In the common entities, I will add here a clause uh, student models student module. Okay, student module dot cs, and inside this class public. Okay, I will import these two entities, courses and students. Public. I will import list of students. Okay, students list getter and setter. Okay, and it will be nullable. Let me also define here for courses. Okay, courses list. Okay, now let's suppose I add some other class for the students controller for the student module. Then I will add here in the entities, and then I will define here a property in the main student module. Now copy this class, go to the controller. Let's me add here main model, n model, and it will be student module. Model is equal to new student module. Okay, and just this one model dot student list. Okay, and to the view I will return the model. Now let's me go to the view. I will define here the model. Model will be the student module. Okay, let's me copy the complete namespace. Bold dot entities dot student module. Okay, now it will be my model at this page, and go to the bootstrap, just copy a table. Bootstrap table. I will copy this table. Okay, go to your project, and here let's me add an h2 h3 tag. Okay, happen guys, sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry again. Students list. Okay, now let's me add here a row, the bootstrap row class row, and inside the row I will add a column lg at, right, and inside this div I will add the table. Now control kd, just remove this one. Okay, now here will be the student id. Okay, here will be the first name, here will be the last name, and here I will add the email. Okay, now I will do some kind of manipulation here. If my model, sorry guys, yes, model is not equal to null, uh, and model dot students list is not equal to null, and model dot student list dot count is greater than 0. Okay, then I will use a for each loop. Is equal to null. Okay, then I will use a for each loop, the model dot student list. You know that I am returning the model dot student list from the controller here, model dot student list. Okay, now copy this code, control X and control V, control KD, and here I will pass the student ID. Here I will show the first name, item dot first name, item dot last name, and item dot email. Item dot email. Okay, control save. Okay, now I will put here some debuggers so that you can see how the flow is going. Go to the student controller. I will put here a debugger. From the student controller, I am calling a function of the business object layer, this function. Sorry, of the business logic layer, this function. Okay, I will put also here a debugger, and from the business logic layer get students list logic function, I am calling a function of the data access layer, this function. So this function is defined in this class. Let's me also put here a debugger. So let's we see the complete flow, how the things are going. But before running the project, I will add just a simple row inside the student table. Insert into students, okay, values. It, first column is first name, last name, email, okay. And let's me add here some data. The last name will be, let's suppose for the time, it's also null, and email is, let's suppose, test123 node.com. And let's me add one another row also. I will add some rows. I will add total 5 rows. On uh, Desh, Rouge, let's suppose, and the final name, let's suppose, should be okay. Name should be this one, or Rouge, Control C. I just want to add some data in the database and then show you in the front end. John, let's suppose, okay, or the final name, let's suppose, Mark, okay. Now let's me run all these query, okay, Control X. No, I have inserted just 5 students record inside my database, and now I will run the project and will show you the result. Control. I just click on this to run the project. Okay. Now let's me show you the student controller. Inside the students controller, I have a method student list. Now how to navigate to these method? Just go here in the URL students, it is the controller name, and now copy the function name student list. Go to the URL again and paste here. Now I will press enter. You can see that I am now at the student list, right? Now a step over, guys. From these line number 24, I will jump to the business logic layer. uh, Inside the student logic there is function this one, okay. So student controller, let's me step over. Here you can see that no, you are in the student logic uh, class, okay, in this class. Step over step over, from these I will jump to the student data del class, and here in this class there is function get student list, okay. No, step over. Here you can see that I am now inside the student data del inside this class. Now step over, yes, like historic from students. It is my SQL query. Okay, let me see. I have get it all the 5 record. The first one, the second one. Okay, now let's me continue. You can see that the table data is showing here inside the student list. So guys, basically it is the basic basic flow. It is the basic flow how to implement the complete flow in entire architecture. Now let's suppose you want to add here some record from this page to the database. Then first you will create here a function inside the student, inside the student controller. From the student controller, let's suppose in the student controller, let's suppose you create here a function like create student, okay. Once you get the data from the view in this function, Then you will send to the business logic layer. Here you will define your logic, and then you will send to the Dell. I think I should uh, not here perform the complete activity for the create. It is the basic flow, but if, let me see the time, whether we have some time to create the complete functionality. Let me also add here these so that things are clear. Mm, of the application, okay. Now I will add here button, class, row. Yes, this one. I will add here another class, and it will be class column LG6. Let me copy this one and paste here. Control X, this one, okay. And I will add here a button, sorry, button will be add new student, okay. And let's me add here a class to the button button primary, okay. Control KD for formatting the text, Control KD, okay. Now let's me run the application again, but I will add here an anchor instead of the button, uh, A, Control C, okay. I will add this class for the button, Control V. Let's me add here href at the rate URL dot action, and I will send to the student controller here. Okay, the controller name will be students. Yes, this one. And the function name will be create student. Okay. Now let's me add this page first here inside the students controller. Okay, remove all these stuffs. Also remove this one and also this one. Copy this one and paste here. Guys, I will just go in a little fast way for the create student flow because we have defined the complete flow for the student list page. That is why I'm just adding things in a little fast way for the create student because we have already performed the activity. For the create student, let's me add a view, an empty view, add. Okay, the name will be get student, add, remove all these things. Let's me add here a title, uh, H3, add student, and I will add here form like in this way. Let's me add a class row. Inside the class, I will add a form. Inside the row, I will add one another class, column LG, column LG add, and inside these div, I will just add a bootstrap form. So go to the bootstrap, just search here for form, okay, email, password, and I think it is the basic form. So copy and go to your project and paste here. Control KD, remove one, okay, and also remove the password field. This one, okay. Remove also the password. So Control C. I will just paste here again for the first name, for the last name, okay. So here I will add first name, first name, okay, and here will be my email address, okay. Control Z. ID will be less student ID. There is no net ID, so it will be the first name. Okay, let me also add here a name, first name. Copy this one and paste here also. Okay. Last name, copy this one and paste here. Okay, just copy also this one and paste here. It will be a text field. It will be also a text field and it will be an email. So for the email we are using email only. Okay, email, okay, email. ID, name, email. Okay, let's me also remove this thing. I think there is no need. Enter email, enter last name. It will be the placeholder. Enter first name. It will be the placeholder for the first name. Remove also this one, this one. Okay. Now when I click on the submit button of the form, I will send the data to my function. Let me define here a function, and it will be the HTTP post. HTTP post. Okay. Create student. Let me give here a name post, and I will receive the complete student subject here. Student form data. Okay. First put here a debugger and create student on the form. I think I should define here like in this way. ASP controller. Let me give here the controller name. Students. Control Z and ASP action. The action will be create student post. Okay. Control S and let's me run the application. We'll expand all these things for the time. Okay. So the student list first. Let's me remove all debugger. Delete all breakpoints. Yes. No. Continue. I am getting the student list. In the student list, I just added a button. Now, when I click on this add new student, I will move to the next page. Okay. No. Here I am in the add new student page. Now, let's me add here some data like okay. So sorry, it is my project. So create student. Let's me add the required attribute. Required, required, and also required. Okay. If I just press the hard reload button, I think my page will be refreshed automatically in ASP MVC .NET, .NET 7. Okay, this field is required. Let me add here my first name. So test, test one. The last name should be less suppose test. No, I think it should be a little good name. Alina, test. Last name is also Alina. And the first name and the email address is also Alina test.com. And let's me put here a debugger on my this function. I just want to see whether I'm getting data inside these parameter or not. Okay. Now click on submit and I show you I am getting all the things. Now here I will send the call to my business logic layer from the controller. mm, define here a function with the name save students record. Okay, string is equal to students logic dot save students code, and at the end I will add the keyword logic. Okay, and inside this function I will send the complete object, the form data. Guys, you can see that I will not write here any kind of logic. Okay, now let's me define here this function inside the student logic class. Okay, public string, and here I will get the student complete object as a parameter. Okay, and here let's me write some logic because it is a logic layer. So I will write here some logic. Uh, let's suppose I don't want the student email to be start with letter AL. Okay, uh, I just want to add this validation. Okay, now first I will add some kind of validation for the uh, form data dot sorry, control Z, string is null or white space, form data dot first name. I mean, if the first name is null, or let me put here also for the last name and email. Okay, so last name, email. Okay, now if let's me also here string result dot empty. Okay, now I will send a result like please fill all form fields. Okay, you can see that I am not writing the logic inside the business logic layer, not inside the controller. Okay, now I will return result. I am returning always the result. Okay, and here let me stop the application. Okay, now my second validation, as I told you that if form data dot email dot starts with, let's suppose I just want that the email address should not be start with AL. Okay, if form data dot email dot starts with, I will return the result here. Okay, if any kind of validation comes, then let's me return this validation. Email should not be start with AL. Okay, email should not be start with, so it is one my another validation, and each and everything is okay, then I will insert the data. So from the business logic layer, I will not directly call the database. I will send the record to my data access layer. And it is the job of the data access layer to insert the record inside the DB, right? No, call del method for inserting the student object. Okay. Now let's me copy the student. Okay. Student dot mm, save student record, and I will add del keyword with this function. First, let's me define this function inside the interface first. Okay, definition. Okay, I will just add here the definition of this function. So it is accessible from the other part of the project. Okay. Now here I will define this function inside the data access layer. Okay. If I just copy this function, Control C, Control V, now go to the student logic, copy the function name, student del, rename, and I will return only thing. Okay, and I am getting the complete student list here, students from data. Okay, and let's me write here a query. Okay, result dot empty at this time. Okay, Control D for the time. Let's me add here some different code. So execute. Okay, I think there is no need of this for inserting the data. And here I will write the SQL query. Okay, at the rate. Just remove this one also and remove this one. So I will write the query here. Sorry guys, insert into the table name is students. Okay, the column name will be, if I just control Z. Okay, first name, last name, email. Okay, it will be the column name, and I will pass the values from the object that I am getting in the parameter of this function. So let's me write here all these things: first name, last name, and email. Okay. Now just put at the rate sign for getting the values from the object. Okay. And now press enter, and here I will pass the object like in this way: new. So you can do like in this way: first name is equal to form data dot first name, last name, email will be form data dot email. Remove the comma sign and just put here a comma. Okay. If each and everything runs successfully, then I will assign the value result is equal to saved successfully. Okay, and I will return the result. Sorry, Control Z. Okay. No, let me remove the SQL query. There is no need at the time. And now I will add the signature of this function inside the interface, in this interface. Okay. Control S. Go to the student logic class. From this function, I am returning save successfully. Okay. Now go to the student logic class. Here I will just pass the form data. Okay. And here I will return, sorry, Control Z. I will save the response inside the result that I am getting from the data access layer. If is sorry, if result is equal to saved successfully, it's mean data saved successfully, then I will return, sorry, control Z, saved successful. I will return just this one. Okay. If result is not saved successfully, then I will save like I will do like in this way. An error occurred, please try again. An error occurred, try again. Okay. And I will return the response. Control KD. Okay. Now here inside the controller, I will get the result. If my result is equal to saved successfully, then I will just redirect to the student list. Okay. Return redirect to action. I think we can define like this. Okay. Yes. Redirect to action. So the action will be student list and the controller name will be students. Yes, the controller name will be students. If my result is not successfully, then I will return the view, return view X. I will return something like error. Okay. Now, which error should I return? Um, I will show you here. Okay. Let me close all these things. And here I will return the error in a temp data for the time. Okay. I will return redirect to this function again. Create student, copy this one, copy this one. Let me define here attempt data. Okay, error. I will define here, assign here the result. Okay. Now inside my create student function, I will define here some area for the error. Class row, div class, sorry, control Z, class column MD or LG, both will run at, and here let's me add some alert. Okay, so go to bootstrap and search for the alert. Yes, I will this warning, a simple danger alert, a simple danger alert. Okay, this one, uh, but I will first add some check. Put here the class control KD, go to the controller and copy the temp data name. If temp data is not equal to null, if temp data is not equal to null, yes, it's mean that if I get some error from the controller, then I will show here, and let's me replace the text with the temp data. Save all the things and run the application. Okay. Now I will go to the student list. Yes, click on add. Now here just type the necessary things. Last name will be last name, and here let's suppose The email start with Alina. Now at this time, there should be fired a validation, but let's me also put here debugger at each and every step. A debugger is okay. In this function, I will also a debugger student logic. Yes, I will put here a debugger, and in this function in the del, I will also put here a debugger. Okay. Now click on submit. Let's me step forward. Okay. Now I am in the student logic in this class. Yes, inside this class. Okay. Here, I think the email start with AL. No, let's me return a validation. Okay. Return. Now here, if the result is equal to saved successfully, then I will redirect to this one. If it's not equal to saved successfully at the time, it's not equal to saved successfully, then I will return some error. Okay. Okay. Email should not be start with AL. Okay. Let's me put here again the data. Alina, last name. Okay. Alina, let's me not start with. Let's me start like in this way. Submit. Step forward. And here I am in the logic layer, in the business logic layer. Each and everything is okay. No validation fire. So it is our logic. Okay, now I will go to the student data on del class. Step next. Here I am in this class. Just me show you. I am in this class. The function name is save student record del. Okay, step next, 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 next. Okay, let me see whether the records inserted successfully or not. Currently we have only 5 rows. Okay, you can see that the record edit successfully. And now let's me remove all the debuggers. Bug, delete all breakpoints. Yes. Okay. I am redirected to the main student list again. Let me add one another student, add new student. First, let me show you the validation. Okay. First name. First name should be Hamid. Let me submit again. It is also required. Hamid Ahmad. Let me. It's also required. Let me put some invalid email. Okay. Validation. Hamid. Let me AL Hamid. I just want to fire the validation. Test.com. Email should not be start with AL. Okay. Hamid. Hamid. Okay. Hamid at the rate test.com. Okay. The data is edited successfully. No, it was the complete explanation of the entire architecture. You can implement the entire architecture like in this way. Thank you for watching the complete video, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that I add more content in the next days for you people. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the video.